Hello everyone, welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. As he walked into Aurora Media, Michael was on the phone. When he noticed Carly and Drew waiting for him, he hurriedly ended the conversation. Michael hugged his uncle, who was overjoyed to see Drew. Following their split, Carly and Drew informed Michael of Drew's release from jail and his reunions with loved ones. Michael acknowledged that Alexis had contributed to Drew's good fortune, but he attributed his mother with being a force to be reckoned with because Carly had obtained the leverage required to compel Judge Kim's hand. Carly downplayed her role in the situation, but Drew revealed that knowing she was fighting for him had helped him get through his darkest days in Pentonville. Drew was reassured by Carly that she would never stop fighting for him. Drew admitted after a heartfelt hug that he was ready to put the past behind them because he and Carly had a lot to make up for. Carly stated that it was easier said than done because she was curious about who had turned them into the SEC and why. Michael remained silent until Drew blamed Ned for the crime, and Carly stated that Ned still had amnesia. "What if it wasn't Ned?" Michael inquired. Carly was surprised and wondered what Michael was talking about because Michael had accused Ned of leaking information to the SEC from the outset. When Michael stated that Carly had been the target, Carly agreed because Diane was certain that Carly had been used to get to Sunny. Drew urged Michael and Carly to put everything on hold since nothing could fix the past and he just wanted to move on. Drew was relieved when Carly did not object. Sunny urged Ava not to come to his penthouse at this time, but she inquired if there had been any news from Brick concerning Nicholas. Nicholas, according to Sunny, was the least of her concerns. "You're sleeping with the enemy. And the worst part is you have no idea," Sunny continued. Sunny accused Ava of being ignorant to Austin's role in her abduction when she swiftly stated that she was not romantically connected with him. Sunny revealed that Mason's boss was Cyrus, and Austin had stepped up to assist Cyrus at his hearing, while Mason was holding Ava hostage. Ava, stunned, pointed out that, if true, Austin had been attempting to assist her by cooperating during Cyrus' hearing. Sunny agreed, but he reminded her that Austin had also put her in Cyrus' sights without warning. He warned Ava that Austin's first allegiance was to Cyrus. "And that trumps everything," Sunny pointed out. Ava remembered being in shock after punching Nicholas and that Austin had not hesitated to assist her. Mason also showed up shortly after, and Austin urged her to follow Mason's orders because Mason's boss was not to be trifled with. Ava admitted that Laura's disclosure that Nicholas was still alive meant Mason had lied. Her thoughts reverted to the time she confronted Austin at the gallery, asking whether he knew Nicholas was alive, and how Austin denied it, assuring her that he had simply attempted to protect her. Ava forced the thought away, realizing Austin had lied to her. "It's time to admit that he's been playing you from the start," he remarked. Chase ran into Austin as he was exiting his office at General Hospital. Chase stated that he had come by to ask Austin some questions regarding Mason, so Austin led Chase into his office. Chase got straight to the issue by asking Austin whether he knew why Mason had kidnapped Ava. "No," Austin said, reminding Chase that he had already made his statement to a detective. Chase reminded out that Austin was the only thing Mason and Ava had in common, and Mason had been seen visiting Austin at the hospital on several occasions. Austin denied knowing anything about Mason's plans and directed Chase to submit any further queries to Austin's lawyer. Chase headed to Mason's hospital room after leaving Austin's office. Mason was still under arrest and had the right to keep silent, but Chase wanted to give Mason the option to cooperate. Mason agreed, but when Chase inquired why Mason had kidnapped Ava, Mason remained tight-lipped. Chase cautioned Mason that the evidence against him was strong and that he faced 20 years in prison, but Mason stated unequivocally that he would not answer any questions until he had a contract that guaranteed him freedom much sooner than 2 decades. Meanwhile, Austin observed Chase and Mason's conversation via the window of Mason's hospital room. He ducked around the corner and waited for Chase to go. Austin entered his cousin's hospital room and shut the door once the coast was clear. Austin insisted on knowing what Mason had told Chase. Mason tried to play games by stating he had blamed Austin for everything, but Austin knew it was a lie. Austin persuaded his cousin to give up Cyrus when Mason acknowledged that he had sought for a deal. Mason pointed out that turning against Cyrus would be suicide, but he urged Austin to do so if Austin so desired. Through the window in the hallway, Chase observed Austin and Mason. Brooke Lynn entered deception after knocking on Maxie's office door. Brooke Lynn was relieved to see Sasha back at work, but Maxie cautioned her that she was not welcome there. Brooke Lynn quickly informed Maxie that she was not there to work. She had swung by to pay Maxie a visit, but meeting Sasha was an added bonus. Maxie remained angry, and Maxie and Brooke Lynn eventually argued about Brooke Lynn's role in Tracy's plan to take over deception. Sasha was eventually compelled to intervene. She reminded both Maxie and Brooke Lynn of a crucial friendship lesson she had lately learned, and she advised both ladies not to throw away a friendship that both Maxie and Brooke Lynn valued and needed. Brooke Lynn agreed that Sasha was correct, and Maxie admitted that she had overlooked Brooke Lynn. "I miss you even more," Brooke Lynn admitted. Maxie's barriers melted away as Brooke Lynn stated that she had stopped by because she had heard about Georgie and Charlotte, and she revealed that Georgie had been shaken by the shocking occurrences. Maxie didn't hold back when she revealed that she had spent the night with Spinelli, trying to console their daughter, and that he had taken Georgie to a grief counselor. Maxie also disclosed that she had contacted Liz and Sam, and that they had also sent their children to a counselor. Brooke Lynn stretched out and gently squeezed Maxie's hand. Spinelli called Maxie after Brooke Lynn had departed to update her on Georgie's appointment with a counselor and to inform her that Georgie wanted to spend the night with her father. Following the call, Maxie informed Sasha of Georgie's decision to remain with Spinelli. Sasha liked Maxie's handling of the news, but Maxie stated that she didn't have much of a choice because Georgie had made contact with Spinelli. Sasha offered to cover for Maxie if she wanted to go, so Maxie opted to respect Georgie's boundaries and check in on her daughter another day. However, Maxie's intentions were derailed when her phone rang and she answered it. Maxie abruptly ended the call and revealed that she was undecided about what to do. Sasha pushed Maxie to seize the opportunity, but Maxie objected because the timing was inconvenient. Sasha disagreed because she believed Salvador's last-minute cancellation was due to synchronicity. Maxie remained hesitant, so Sasha inquired if Maxie was concerned that Sasha might not be available for the session. Maxie admitted to having reservations because Sasha was still bringing her life back together. Sasha was convinced she could handle the situation, and she begged Maxie to put her faith in her. Lois stood in the lounge doorway at the Quartermain home, watching Eddie strum his guitar and work on his song. When he reached a brick wall, he threw down his guitar in frustration. Lois approached him and persuaded him to take a break and clear his mind, but he insisted on finishing the song about the siren. Lois offered that he work on another song for a bit, but Eddie insisted that he finish the siren song first. Lois attempted a different approach, telling Eddie about a time when one of his tracks on a record's B-side had been a smash. Eddie was instantly interested in all she had to say, but she wondered why he was never interested in Ned's life. Lois reminded Eddie that Ned was more than a name because he was loved by others. She mentioned that Eddie had been around the Quartermains for a while and that everyone had his back except Tracy. To Eddie's amazement, Lois said that his writer's block was only an indulgence because Sonny had offered to release Eddie's record, despite the fact that Eddie had only written half a song. Lois cautioned him that if there were no songs, there would be no album, and if there was no album, there would be no tours or a Eddie main. Eddie said that all he needed to do was finish the song, so Lois offered to assist him. She explained that one of her bands was in a similar scenario when working on their second album, and they opted to treat the situation like a logic puzzle, identifying the problem, determining where they were, and deciding where they wanted to go. She inquired as to where Eddie desired to travel. When Lois took up the sheet of paper with the half-written song, crumpled it up, and hurled it into the fireplace, Eddie was shocked. She stated that he needed to write down what he understood, and she pressed him on the issue. Eddie admitted that he was worried about not finding the siren in the song. Lois mentioned that the prince in Cinderella had a glass slipper, and she inquired as to what Eddie had. Just a voice calling out from the distance, he explained. Lois urged him to find the girl with the voice, and she reminded him that a siren lived in the sea, so he needed to plunge in and find her. She encouraged Eddie to take a risk. Eddie took up his guitar and declared that he was going to the boathouse to write. Yuri told Tracy in the foyer that he would take her 2 suitcases out to the car. Olivia walked in as Yuri went out. When she saw the suitcases, she asked Tracy if she was planning an escape. Tracy's tone was solemn as she stated that she and Bobby were heading to Amsterdam to settle Luke's affairs. Olivia's face softened as she stated that she was relieved Tracy and Bobby would have each other to lean on. However, with Lois back home, Tracy gone, and Monica not present, the house would be empty. Tracy advised that Olivia use the chance to bring normalcy back to the estate by enlisting Ned's assistance. Ned's little fantasy is wearing thin, Tracy pointed out. Tracy asserted that her son was behaving like a college student on summer vacation, which was distressing to witness, especially for Leo. Tracy also reminded Olivia that in Ned's absence, no one was operating ELQ. Olivia contended that Eddie was at ease on stage and that Kevin had instructed her to let things happen naturally. Tracy told Olivia that Ned was living in a secret utopia, waiting for cosmic messages from the Cheshire Cat. Tracy also suggested that Olivia keep a careful check on Lois. "I don't trust that woman," Tracy confessed. Tracy was accused by Olivia of living in a 1960s version of Valley of the Dolls. Try 1560s. Tracy retorted, "It's the oldest story in the book." Olivia walked off, frustrated, and told Tracy to have a safe trip. Olivia discovered Lois on the phone with Lois' mother in the lounge. Lois informed Olivia that Eddie had just hung up the phone with Gloria. As they chatted about Eddie, Lois said that she thought Ned was fighting his way back. Olivia took solace in the observation, but she became skeptical when Lois told her that giving Eddie space was the correct thing to do. Olivia wondered whether there was such a thing as too much space and if it may open the door for someone else to enter. Lois was offended because she was certain Tracy had planted the idea in Olivia's head, so she reminded Olivia that they had been friends since 3rd grade and that Olivia should have known better than to imagine Lois would get involved with Olivia's husband. Olivia's reservations vanished. Lois, relieved, argued that it was God's intention for her to appear when she did, so that Lois could set things straight. Lois urged Olivia to visit Eddie's boathouse and cheer him up. Brooke Lynn entered the foyer and inquired about Yuri putting baggage in the trunk of a car. Tracy confessed that she was traveling to Amsterdam with Bobby, but she soon turned the subject by pleading with Brooke Lynn to accept Deception's offer. Brooke Lynn flatly rejected since she was determined to pursue her musical goals. When Lois went out and sided with Tracy, both Tracy and Brooke Lynn were taken aback. Despite being on the same side, Tracy and Lois ended up exchanging barbs until Yuri arrived to inform Tracy that it was time to depart. Tracy followed Yuri to the car after Brooke Lynn hugged her grandmother. Eddie sat down by the boathouse to sing his song. He came to a halt, however, as he heard the sound of Ned's voice in his thoughts. Eddie stood up and continued to listen as Ned's voice became stronger, and was joined by Lois' voice asking Eddie to take a leap of faith. Eddie removed his jacket, removed his shoes, climbed the railing, and jumped into the lake. Olivia walked up to the boathouse a few minutes later. She noticed the guitar but did not notice Eddie. When she discovered Eddie's jacket and shoes beside the railing, her face became worried. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.